This is what $2,400 looks like. They say time is money, but time is actually more valuable than money because you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. So we really need to be careful about where this time goes and how we spend it because we're never gonna get it back. So let's say every hour is a $100 bill. So 24 hours is $2,400 bills or $2,400. Every day, everyone gets 24 hours. It doesn't matter how much money you have, where you came from, the color of your skin, or even if you're healthy. We all get 24 hours to spend every day. And at the end of the day, that time is gone forever. And if you're lucky, you get a new 24 hours the next day. So where do we spend all this time? We spend our time on sleep, going to work, with our family, with our friends, our passions and hobbies, exercise, our phones, and TV and video games. So how do you spend the 24 hours? Well, normally you'd spend 8 hours on sleep, then you have 8 hours at work, and that gives you about 8 hours to spend on whatever else you want. Let's assume there's 4 types of people. So the first person is Mr. Balance. So Mr. Balance balances his time properly. 8 hours at sleep, 8 hours at work, and he spends time with his family, time with his friends, times on his hobbies, working out, on his phone, and leisure. So everything gets the attention that it deserves or it needs. He's happy because his life has balance. Next we have Mr. Workaholic. Mr. Workaholic is all about productivity and hustle. He only sleeps 4 hours a day, so he has more time for work. The rest of the time he spends on his personal business. He doesn't have time for family, his friends, exercise, phone, or leisure time. So Mr. Workaholic spent his time building his business and his bank account. He is burnt out, but at least he is successful. If it was at the expense of his health and his loved ones, his friends and family, is that really success? Now next up we have Mr. Chill. So Mr. Chill loves to sleep in. Instead of getting 8 hours a day, he normally gets 10. He doesn't really spend that much time at work, and all the time he should be spending with his family, he spends with his friends because life is all about the boys. And the rest of the time he spends it on TV and video games. He's not happy at work, he's not happy about any of his dreams or ambitions, and all the time he spent neglecting his health, now he's always sick. Mr. Chill is wondering if he took it too easy. Then there's Miss Mobile. When she wakes up, the first thing she sees is her phone. When she's with a group of friends, she's always on her phone, keeping up with the group chat. When she's on a romantic date with her phone, her boyfriend is always the third wheel. And any extra time she has for her hobbies, her health, or even TV is spent on her phone. Miss Mobile spends all her time on screen time instead of actual quality time. So, is there a right and wrong way to spend your time? No, that's totally up to you. I've definitely been guilty of being all those people, except maybe the balanced person. So, what's a $2,400 lesson? It's the importance of budgeting time. Whatever you spend on one thing, you take it away from another, and it adds up. For every hour I decide to sleep in, I have one less hour to spend on anything else, like the gym or making videos. Just like money, we need to budget our time. I'm not saying you need to plan out the next 24 hours of your life. What if you just planned 1 hour, maybe for your health? Set aside 1 hour a day for it, and don't worry about the rest of the time. And once you have that set and you're doing it for a week, add another thing. Maybe spend an additional hour with your family and just focus on 2 things, and then just keep adding on from there. So this is called budgeting your time, or living life with purpose and intention. Because one day we will all grow old, or sick, or both. And we'll realize that we don't have much time left, and we'll look back and wonder if we spent time on the right things. No one ever says, I wished I worked more overtime. I wish I watched more TV. But they do wish for more time with their family, or time to pursue what was important to them. If you budget your time now, you won't have any regrets later. So you have 24 hours today, $2,400.
How will you spend it?
I really hope that this was not the real money that I cut.